everyone. I hope everyone's doing great. Thank you for watching my channel. Jackie Helps You. A few days ago, I recorded another video talking about my LASIK eye surgery experience, and I posted the video in Spanish, but based on the viewers and also on some comments, I decided to record this video in English as well. So welcome to my channel, and you're very welcome to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my own experience going twice in 2 weeks through this LASIK eye surgery. I'm going to tell you what happened, what was wrong, my mistakes, also some prices that are very important to know, and why not, some tips that maybe can help you if you're thinking to go through this surgery. So let's start. Well, I'm going to start talking about like why did I decide to do the surgery. When I was 8 years old, I started wearing glasses, and honestly I didn't like those glasses. It's not because just the glasses, but that's because, you know, when you are a little girl or like a child, you want to run, play, being yourself, being like enjoying like that age, that beautiful age when you want to do many things. But unfortunately, with glasses, frame glasses, you cannot be yourself. So I didn't like those glasses, but anyway, that's a point apart. The thing is, like, when I was growing up, and when I was 17, I got a severe sinus infection. So that makes to wear this frame glasses hardest than never before, because I had, because this severe sinus infection, I had a severe pain on my nose, and then like wearing glasses, it wasn't easy. It wasn't. So then I was thinking, maybe can I start with wearing these contact lenses, and I did. But unfortunately, with time passing, I got eye infection. So, and I don't think like this is going to happen with everyone, but unfortunately, I didn't do a great job taking care of my contact lenses, because sometimes I took a nap wearing contact lenses, and that's a huge mistake. So, the infections were there, not very often, but it was. So it was a problem. So then I decided, no, I have to do something with this, and especially because honestly, the sinus infection was still a problem until I was 17. So even then, I was, trying to handle it, but it wasn't easy. So then I started thinking, like, it will be better, also based on prices, because honestly, LASIK is more cost effective in a long term. Yeah, if you make your numbers and you see how much you are paying for contact lenses every 6 months or every year, or it depends which contact lenses you're using, but if you put this amounts in numbers every year, or frame glasses every year, it's going to be a lot of money. So you can see, yeah, with time passing and making these numbers, the probably is better to do only one investment, in this case LASIK. That was how I thought in that time, and based on these numbers, sinus infection, contact lenses, eye infection, I just decided to go through this. So now let's talk about what had happened. Let's go step by step. First of all, the day when I went to to see if I am candidate or no for this kind of surgery, because we have to get an appointment with at least 2 professionals. That's my opinion, because always I say, like, always with medical issues and legal issues, it's always good to ask 2 different professionals, because every profession has their own point of view and their own experience. So I went to those different appointments, 2 different doctors, and both of them told me the same thing, that I was a good candidate for this type of surgery. And also both of them told me that I am a good candidate also for PRK or LASIK. It depends on me what I want. So I did my own research, and then I noticed that with PRK we need for my understanding, with PRK we need a more time for recovery. So in that way I said, like, no, even if LASIK is a little bit pricey comparing with PRK, but I was thinking about the time recovery, and I said, like, no, I'm going just, I prefer, short time and everything. But guess what? It wasn't short time, because unfortunately the first LASIK surgery was wrong, so I had to go through a second one in 2 weeks, just with 2 weeks of difference from the first one and the second surgery. But even then, it was more time of recovery. But I'm not saying this is going to happen to everyone, because honestly, this is not the rule. I think this is the exception. So, and that's good. And I can tell you this because in my family, I have like around 16 of us who went through this kind of surgery. LASIK surgery, LASIK eye surgery, LASIK, but it's the same. But only this happened to me. This big mistake only happened to me. So I'm considering this. You can, make your own idea that is not the rule, but sometimes happen, and that's why I decided to record this video, because I was thinking maybe my experience can help to someone. So what had happened? I didn't pay attention which of them have more experience in LASIK, specifically in LASIK, because both of them had beautiful reviews. But I was thinking maybe this doctor, who had more patients, has more experience than the other one. Big mistake. Because, I was thinking in the number of patients, but I didn't notice that not all of them went with him for LASIK eye surgery. So you can imagine what had happened. Yeah. I think that he didn't have enough experience in LASIK. That's my point of view. Probably if you're a professional who are watching this video, and you can, please explain to me what is your opinion. What do you think it happened with my surgery? You can please write a comment, or just, give me an idea, because my conclusion is that he did something wrong because of this. So the day of my surgery, let's talk about the day of my surgery. We went together with my husband, and this is another tip. If you are going to go through this surgery, the day of the surgery, you definitely need someone with you. You know what? Because you cannot drive on your own. That's simple like that. Because they're going to cover your eyes, so you're not going to be able to see anything. So you need somebody who can help you, at least that day. And also at home, you will need somebody who help you with those eye drops. So it's better if you have, a very good friend who can hold your hand, who can give you the support that you need that day. In some cases, even the next day, because I need help the next day too. You will see why. So the point is, like, I went with my husband, and that day they basically did the same exam that they did in my first appointment. They were checking like everything is, what is the measurement in every eye. And in this eye I had 4 of astigmatism, and in this eye it was like 3.50, if I'm not wrong, but it was high. So then, they gave me my consent form, and I read it. And in the consent form, basically they are saying, that every surgery has a risk, and this is not the exception. So you probably can, have secondary effects, and this and this and this and this and that. But at that point, I was like, I know that something can happen, but at the same time, at that point, I was like thinking, what I'm gonna do? I don't want to wear contact lenses, because my eyes doesn't like contact lenses. I feel like my eyes reject those contact lenses. probably because I was, wearing for many years. Anyway, and even then, when I was wearing contact lenses on me, it was a point when I decided to wear like 1 year contact lenses and another one or other year like those frame glasses. But even then, it was hard. It was hard, unfortunately. So the point is, like, I was tired about that, and I was like focused on my surgery, and everything is going to be fine. If something happened, I hope they can fix it. They fixed. So when I went to the surgical room, this is another part, surgical room. When you get there, you're nervous. But in my case, I was nervous, but not too nervous. But even then, they asked me if I want a sedative. And I said, yeah, I prepared the sedative because I was thinking, I am not too nervous, but what if when I am laying down, when I am doing the surgery, I get too nervous, and then, it's going to be worse. So I said, like, yes, please, I'm going to take it. So I took the sedative, and also they gave me, I remember they cleaned my eyes very well, and they gave me some eye drops, like anesthetic. And you, after a few minutes, you can feel like numb, your eyes, like, not your eye, I don't know how to explain it, but you feel the numbness around. So then they opened my eye, very well with a little, I don't know if I can say like device, but this is a little thing that they can call, if I'm not wrong, lid speculum. And then they attach to this lid speculum another device that they call microkeraton. So, and you can blink. No, at that point you're like totally, your eyes are totally open. But nothing wrong until that. It was fine because it's no pain at all. So you're fine there. Then, if I don't remember wrong, my doctor told me, like, you're going to see a red light, and he asked me twice, are you seeing the red light, and I saw the red light, and I was like, yeah, I'm seeing the red light. So I said, okay, so be focused on the red light. Then the red light changed to be white, but then I start listening that sound that is like something like that, and I was like, oh my, they are starting. And at the same time, you feel in your eye like it's something, like it's like that they are pulsing, like something like that. I felt that way. It's not painful, but you know that something is happening on your eye. So, and then I think it's one of the most terrible part, the smell, because at that point you start smelling like something is burning. And that, what is that something? What do you think? It's your eye. But no worse, no painful, nothing. This is part of the process, in another word. And at that point, what you can do, just be relaxed and, wait for the process end. And then, wow. And one of the worst part during this surgery is when after you feel what they are like doing something with the computer, because you can feel it on your eyes. You can feel it, that something like it's like pulsing like this. Then you get blind. It's the darkness of the darkness. Probably that kind of darkness you never have the experience before with this kind of darkness. But good thing, don't be scared. Good thing is just a few seconds, and then the surgery is done. After all of those details, like clear details, I hope I don't scare you, but that's not my point. That's not my goal. My goal is like just share with you all of my experience from my perspective as a patient. But now let's talk about prices. Something that is important to know is the prices. So talking about prices, on 2017 I went through this surgery for $2,500. 2017, New York, $2,500. so then you can have an idea how much is the cost here in the US. I'm pretty sure like in other states they have different prices, but at least when I went in 2017, that was the price. So let's continue. But at certain point of the surgery, you feel like your doctor is like cleaning your eye with something like it's, I don't know if it looks like a brush, but you feel like something like when you're painting, but he's painting on your eye. I mean, not painting, but you feel that way. But you know, no pain at all. But you know, when they finish with your first eye, they go to the next one, and no pain at all, beautiful, wonderful, nothing wrong until that point. I mean, that was what I thought. But when they finish, you know, something similar happened with the other eye, you can imagine. But when they finish, they asked me, do you see the clock, on those clocks that they usually have on the wall? And I was like, yeah, I can see, but I saw blurry. Yeah. And I think that's normal. But the next day, when I went to my second appointment, or my first appointment after surgery, they checked my eyes. My doctor checked my eyes, and I noticed in his face that he was worried about something. And then he told me, you know what? Based, of course, after the same exam that they did it before, you know, if you can read it for far distance, or you can know those type of exams, tests that you are reading the first line, well, second line, not too good, third line, you cannot read it if you have the problem that I had. So that kind of test. So the point is, like, when after he did that test, I saw that his face like more worried, and I was like, oh, here's something is happening here. I wasn't wrong. Yes. He told me, like, you know what happened? So the thing is, like, your flap got wrinkles. And I was like, what's that? And he says, like, yeah, your flap got wrinkles. And sometimes this happens. You know, doctors are always relaxed. I have a doctor that I love her so much, both of them. I love them very much. They are both of my favorite dentists. And I noticed that, you know, doctors have that kind of personality, that they're always relaxed. No matter what happened, they are always relaxed. So this doctor was like relaxed, and he told me, like, you know what? This is what happened. Sometimes after surgery, we put a kind of contact lenses over the flap, and that helps to straighten the flap, and that way the flap doesn't get wrinkles. I didn't put that flap on you. I mean, that contact lens on your flap, and probably that's one of the reasons that you get those wrinkles. So based on that, we have to go through another LASIK eye surgery in 2 weeks. At that point, I was a little scary, because, you know, when you go for the first time with something that you don't know what's going to happen, you're fine. And even when I know that the first time was easy, but going for a second time, it was another story. But at that point, I didn't have more choices, because I was, you know, my vision was blurry, and I couldn't read for far distance either. So that was the purpose of my surgery, you know. And even like in that point, I was worse, because I couldn't not just reading for far distance, but also I was seeing things blurry, and that was like a big thing. But I went in 2 next weeks, and this surgery, let me tell you, it was very painful. I don't want to scare you, but I think like I am obligated to mention all of those details if I'm doing a video based on my experience. so I cannot hide these details. Second surgery, it was very, very painful. I don't know why. Maybe if you're a professional, a health professional, because I am not, so maybe you're a health professional, you can please let us know what had happened or what is your opinion about it. We will appreciate it very much, because I until today I don't know why, but it was very painful, the second surgery. I was praying, like, you know, for strength to be there and just like until the end, because I was like just run away. But thanks God I didn't run away. I was there, you know, doing my best. And at the end of the story, after the second surgery and everything that I mentioned in this video, he told me that I need to go for 2 months, the next 2 months, but only for checkup appointments. So he was, you know, that was nice of him, that he was like, you know, trying to do until the last appointment to see my progress, I can say. But the good thing is, like, at the last appointment, he said that he was happy with the results, and I was happy too, because he told me that I have 20/20 vision. And honestly, I noticed that my vision was totally different, like before of the surgery, even like different to the first surgery. So after the second surgery, I got the results that I was expecting to get since the beginning. So I hope the information that I share with you, it's good for you, it's useful. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the information that I share with you in this video. Oh, something else. Because of this surgery, I got dry eye syndrome, and in another video I'm gonna share with you how is the situation and what things I do, and you know, what things I don't have to do if I want to keep at least like kind of normal life with this dry eye syndrome. But for now, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Talking about the smell, something similar like when you burn your hair. I don't know if that happened to you, but that kind of a smell you smell during the procedure. But good thing is only for few minutes.